I want to bring you a CBC News exclusive. New information about a shocking killing in Surrey, BC in early May. Police have not identified the victim, but an investigation by the Fifth Estate can reveal that he is alleged to be a high-level member of the Bishnoi gang in Canada, one the Canadian government appears to have been aware of. Fifth Estate co-host Stephen D'Souza with us now. And Steve, take us through this shooting.
So this shooting happened back on May 4th, and it was in an office complex in Surrey. Happened in broad daylight in the middle of the afternoon, around 3 o'clock. Sources tell us that two gunmen casually walked in to this office building, went up to a second-floor office, and shot and killed a man who was working there. And as you said, police have not revealed his identity. After the shooting, there was really no information about suspects, nothing that you would expect police to reveal after such a gruesome killing. But what we've learned is the name of the victim. His name is Gurvikramjeet Singh Warring. Now, this was a challenge, even just getting a photo of him, because up until this point, we only knew that there was a figure lurking in the background of our investigation we'd been doing separately into cricket corruption, a mysterious figure named Sam. And so that's one of his aliases, Sam Canada. He was also known as Satvir Singh Warring. But even in death, there was two different photos of him with two different names circulating in the community. But shortly after his shooting, a social media post appeared. And this was posted by a man named, reportedly by a man named Rohit Godara, who belongs to a rival faction of the Bishnoi gang. Of course, the Bishnoi gang, a terrorist entity in Canada. But he claimed credit for the killing, saying that the man known as Sam Canada was a main handler for Bishnoi in Canada, that he was involved in cricket, in match fixing, and so that they essentially took him out. And so we spoke to one expert in the Bishnoi gang who says that there is this battle going on between these factions, and it appears that Sam was a victim of that. But what's interesting is that police have said that the victim, who they haven't identified, but we have, was not known to police, was not not facing any extortion threats. But that's because we've heard from people in the community that Warring was making threats allegedly against people in the community, and because he was a part of the Bishnoi gang. And so people in the community are wondering, we've given information to the police about this individual. Why wasn't anything done about it?
It is amazing the tentacles of the Bishnoi gang here, which gang almost makes the entity, this organized criminal entity, sound smaller than it is. It is big. But let's go to this individual, Sam Canada, one of the names he was known by. What have you learned about him?
So there was a lot of mystery, a lot of intrigue about who he is and what he was doing in the community. In the office building where he was killed, it appears he was running a business, from what people tell us, getting students loans from the provincial government, but we weren't able to find any businesses registered to him that were doing that. We did find a business registered that appeared to be a farm business, a business that did bring in temporary foreign workers over a number of years, but one that the government realized that during inspections didn't actually have a farm, and he wasn't actually doing the work that he was bringing in these workers for. That business was fined and subsequently shut down. We do know that this man known as Sam came to Canada in 2013 himself as a foreign worker. And what's interesting is that there was a list put out by the Indian government in 2023 where one of his aliases showed up, and it was a list of alleged Punjabi gangsters abroad. And there were 7 of them apparently hiding in Canada. He was on that list of one of them. We reached out to the government to get some questions about this. We also asked people in the community, and we spoke with a radio host, a former MP and former MLA named Ginny Sims, who's been talking to a lot of people in the community who are rightfully scared after this murder. And we asked her what she thought about the fact that his name does appear on this government list put out by the Indian government. Take a listen to what she had to say.
Number one, how did he get into this country if he was already wanted in the other country? And once he got here and they had that information, why didn't they track him down? If it was that easy for the Indian government to put out that alert, I'm only going by what you said and what I've heard in the community, then the question is, where did our system fail?
As I mentioned, we did reach out to the RCMP, to the Justice Department of Canada, to get any information about whether India did put out a request for extradition, if law enforcement was aware of this individual. We were not able to get a definitive answer from the RCMP or the federal government. Basically, they said they can't comment on this. So we still don't have exactly an answer as to whether he was on the government's radar. But as you heard from Ginny Sims, it does raise a lot of serious questions about somebody who apparently was quite high in the Bishnoi organization, seemingly operating quite freely in Canada.
Quite something. Stephen D'Souza, thank you.